Check two. Check two. There we go. It should be a little better.
There we go. It should be a little better.
Hey, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Glad you guys could make it for lesson 100. The brutal lesson of death. Uh-oh. Are you guys hearing the 747? Are you hearing the fan noise? Please let me know if you are. Oh, I'm sorry to turn off all of my 2 billion fans in the room um, every time we have a lesson. So hopefully it's a little better than it used to be. We used to have kind of a whoosh thing happening. Trying to get rid of that. So yeah, it does actually. I've got a lot of lights in here and the riggage and all that. So it gets a little bit warm, but nothing too terrible. Well, you could use the drop G. Be very interesting. Um, might make some cool harmonies. you know, it could be very cool sounding. Might be a little weird though, but hey, give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You can always switch. But I gotta say, I am thrilled to death that you guys could make it for lesson 100. I was trying to think what I could do to burn your arms off for our special lesson today, and I think I have something. Actually, I've got several things. A lot of death, yes, much death. Actually, the lesson notes are filled with death and constant references to death. So there's that, which is always a bonus. 007, glad you could make it. Well, who all do we have today? Goodness me. We got some people I don't even recognize. Thrilled you guys could make it. Amatai, are you new here, man? Or are you just new to the chats? I have not seen you before, I don't think, but we're glad you could make it. Blister, Dark Dude, Evil, Frontline, Greg, a couple of guests, Lieback, Nihilist, 007, Super Eyes, and the Fireball. Christian could not be here. He is in Switzerland, so we will jam and shred in his honor. So yeah. Are you new, Evil? We're always glad to have a little extra Evil in here. Evil Van Heulen. Well, welcome, welcome. How long have you been on Guitar Masterclass, Evil? If you are new to the entire site, you are in for a treat because this place freaking rocks. It's awesome. Yeah, when you switch up, it's like warming up with a big bat. Switch to the small one, it's like, wow, this is great. This is so easy. Actually, that's what happens when I play my 7 versus one of my 6s or my 8. You switch back, and it's like, wow, this is easy. Oh, man, I'm faster than I thought I was. So, yeah, playing the big ones, it's a lot more work. Let's see if we can do this here. Let me give you guys a lesson note link. This should work. Please let me know if it does not. For those of you that have already seen this, we are basing today's lesson on Ben Higgins' truly frigging awesome collaboration, the Racer X collab, which I recently participated in and had a blast doing. It was truly fun and magnificent. Let me play you a little snippet right here just for your viewing and listening enjoyment. Dual monitors are awesome. No problem. Why, thank you. We're going to learn to play pretty much most of that, and we're going to do that in about an hour or so. All right? No problem. So, yeah, we're going to knock it out. Yeah, dual monitors, I got to say, if you haven't tried it, it's definitely handy. I was rocking actually a quad monitor setup for a while, but a lot of them were smaller, or two of them were pretty small. So I ditched that and got a really big plasma LCD screen. It's like a what is it, 40 inch LCD. Basically, it's a TV that I was using as my primary display for a while. And I got to say, that's it's a good way to go. I noticed a lot of guys doing that in studios. Instead of having computer monitors, they just buy like a 40-inch, LCD TV, and it's got enough resolution that it can act like a computer monitor. The guy from, I made some Facebook posts about it. The guy from Lincoln Park, he was doing it. And I thought, oh, would that work? I tried it, and yes, it does work. Recently, I added a 27-inch iMac into my riggage, so that's my primary, and now the 40-inch is my second head. So it's still dual head, but one of them is actually a computer. But yeah. Yep, play with a knife. Oh yeah, and it's cheap. Like this 40-inch LCD was $400, right? If you get a 30-inch regular computer monitor, well, it'll be at least that much, right? And probably more. So yeah, it's a great way to get a lot of screen real estate. And when you're playing, you're not like up on your monitor, like you're a bit back. So having it, on a big display is really handy. And if you're looking at a track listing, it's really handy, I got to say. So I got to say it's a good approach. And they're cheap. I mean, big LCD screens are cheap. So yeah. That'll work too. Actually, I was using a 22-inch CRT for the longest time, man. Well, I was using two. There were two SGI CRTs. But while we're yammering, let's warm up a little bit, all right? Shake them out, okay? We're going to really work the crap out of our hands today, so you're going to need some stretching. Let's do some wrist rolls, all right? Let's play a little background music, get us in the mood while we're doing our stretch-a-rama. Okay, some wrist rolls. I'm not quite sure what you mean, frontline. Okay, let's do our hand stretch. Okay. Alright, hold it. If you want a camera just for like collabs and stuff, you can get a webcam that'll do pretty much just fine for like $50-$60. You can get like the Logitech HD cam, and it'll do a fine job. Okay, go the other way, hold it. Alright. Welcome guest all the way from Belgrade. We're just loosening up here. Okay, shake them out a little bit. Alright. Alright, let's do our finger splits, a little finger yoga. Alright, hold it. Okay. Okay, to the inside. Alright. Okay, shake it back out. Okie madokie, we are gonna rip it. So let's take a peek at our first chop here, guys. Our first warm-up lick. Which you guys are gonna be like, this is so easy. I need something harder. So take a peek there. The lesson notes, the video is actually in lesson notes, so you can see sort of what's going on. Yeah, we'll warm up a little bit here. We don't want to make you play too cold. It's no good. So you can get a visual idea of what's going on. Scroll down a little bit more. Lesson 100, also known as the torture chamber of limitless death. So yeah, special thanks to Rusty Cooley, Ben Higgins for this Racer X backing that we're using. Here's a link to the Racer X collab, which was very cool. And here's the actual collab itself. You can download it and solo over it. That's what we're going to be using today. Here is a Spiff Guitar Rig 5 preset, in case you're using Guitar Rig 5, that has wads of gain. Prepare for death. Let's prepare for burning death. Let's get our fingers going. Okay, let's take a familiar shape, play it striking on the first note, then every note, then double pick. Of course, let's march this all the way up to 12th fret. Let's see what we got. If the warm-up isn't enough, always double, triple, quad pick it. Make it hard enough for you, you know. But if it is enough, then do what it is. So take a peek at that. Very simple, very basic. Nothing to kill you straight away, right? Turn back up a little bit. Right? So let's take this guy, and before we go too crazy, let's see if we can get our burning death going. So very basic stuff. Don't pick all of it at first. Just pick the first note. And hammer on the rest. So strike once and then hammer on the rest. Play it like this. Play it twice. Move it up one fret. Okay, here we go. Shake it out. Get ready. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, pretty simple stuff, huh? For guests and everyone that missed it, here is our lesson note link for today. If anyone else could paste it in, that would help a ton. That's us. So we're on the warm-up lick. All right. Okay, I'm actually only going to the 10th fret there. Could go all the way up to the first finger at 12. Let's do that. That'd be cool. Let's speed up again. Let's go to 160. Okay, so we're just striking once, and we're hammering on the rest. So, right, I'm hammering on the rest of that. Cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. He's got a baby dragon. That's a good thing. Here goes 180. I think that's when your hands grow fur from practicing too much. Yeah, buddy. You really can't. I mean, that's about as metal as you could possibly get. All right, talk to me about this. Is everyone keeping up with this so far? We're starting to go pretty briskly here. Here's 180. Again, just pick on the first note and then hammer on the rest. Cool, you guys rock. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, going up again. It's 200. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so far so good. Welcome, welcome, Clipstar. How you doing, man? I'll give you our lesson note link for today. We are on lesson 100, the flaming fingers of burning death. Oh, is that a new guest? Welcome to you too. Or is that the same one? Welcome, guest. Here's our lesson notes for you. We're on the warm-up. Please hop in. Very happy to have some cool guests in the room. It's always a good thing. Oh, faster on the right than the left. Usually that's reversed in many cases. A lot of guys get much faster on their left than on their right, as is often the case. So I tell you what, let's do. Now that we've done that, let's back down on the speed, okay, and increase on the picking, okay? So let's back off. Say to 120. And what I want you to do now is pick every note, okay? So we're going to turn this into an alternate picking exercise instead of a legato type of exercise, okay? So same thing, pick it twice. You're not going to go that fast at first, but you get the idea. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now we're gonna sweep it. No, seriously, just alternate pick it and palm mute it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably sharp. Let me make sure. I usually am almost half a step sharp just because I record that way. For solos, it usually ends up working better. Let me see if I'm really too sharp. Yeah, I am. Hold on. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how'd that work? Hopefully that was okay. Put the list notes in here one more time, just in case. Cool! You guys rock. Alright, let's crank this up a bit. Because that was just too easy. Alright. Keep go. Let's go to 140. Okay, same drill. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, gonna go up again. 160. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome, guests. Glad you guys could make it. Got a guest from Quebec. Oh, we had a guest from Quebec. Oh, we got him back again. That didn't work out. How about anyone else? How's that speed doing for alternate picking? Bit quick. Gotcha, gotcha. Tell you what, let's do then, now that we found that bit. Let's back down to 140, or to 150, I'm sorry. Let's go to 150, which is 10 beats a minute slower. And let's do it on the low string, the E and the A. Okay, so here we go. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, try and keep, if possible, try and keep your hand like sort of like this. See, I've got my thumb essentially right here in the middle sort of the neck, and my hand is kind of flat so that it's like forward like this. Try not to do it like this, where your hand is at the back of the guitar, because that will basically wreck your ability to reach stuff. So you can reach the high notes, but then when you go and try and reach the low notes, you have to completely adjust your hand position. So try and play with a similar hand position if possible, most of the time. So where you can play the high notes, and if you want to, you can play the low notes too, and just sort of move your fingers without having to entirely switch your hand position. So try it on the low ones with me here. Okay, here we go. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, how'd that work? Was that okay? A little bit sloppy. Let's back off the speed a little bit more. Let's go down to 140 and try the same thing, okay? Here we go. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. right, what'd you think about that? At 140, was it a little better? Yeah, cool. Okay, go up. Go up one string. Start on the A and go to the D. So, like there. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully that's working for everyone. Now, let's back off. Welcome back, guests from Quebec. I think that's the guest we had before, unless it's another guest from Quebec. Quebec is a rocking place. Let's back off of our speed and now add in the easy part, the double picking, right? So here is our bit. And guess we're just doing fret 3, 5, and 7. See if this is going to work for speed. Wow, that's going to be brisk. That'll work. Here we go. 90 beats a minute. Double pick. Let's try it on the low string, the E and the A. Quick demo. So just double pick means pick each note twice. So instead of doing it as singles, which is, I'm going to go. Just every note twice. Okay. Let me turn off some of my gain so it's a little easier to hear what I'm doing. Take off some more. There we go. See, I'm not even using that much gain. But you don't have to if you're actually picking it. Okay, so let's try and double pick that. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What did you think about that? Did that work? That was a bit sloppy. That's totally okay. If the doubles are giving you trouble, don't worry. You can always do the singles and work up to doubles later. Oh yeah, Dark Dude, I typically start almost everything on a downstroke, just like in general. But yeah, totally. Yeah, it's something that everyone has to work on. Totally. I mean, it takes a lot of practice, which is why we do it so much. Helps you work your inside outside picking. Let's stay at that speed and let's move it back up to the high string, so the high B and the high E, and let's double pick that. It'll feel different. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. No, I don't usually start with an upstroke. Almost always start with a downstroke. I generally find it's more natural for the hand. So, did it work up there any easier? Yeah, sure, definitely. Practicing both is always a good idea. Not quite so good. Okay. Totally okay. With the double picking, it's just something, that you just have to sort of work at. It just takes time. You know, the easier it gets, the more natural it'll feel when you're doing it in a solo. It just will take time, and as you play, you'll get better at it. Easier on the bass strings makes a lot of sense. Tell you what, let's do. Let's just once try to move from double picking to triple picking. Okay? Now, triple is just using 3 pick strokes per note instead of using 2. So normally we would do a 2 when we're doing a double. Let's do 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and fast it'll sound like. Yeah, we could do quads as well. Quads would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lot of picking work there. Yes, Amitai, that's totally the problem for most players, which is why we do this a lot, because just getting your hand to do the right number of strokes before it moves on, it's hard. And your hand almost wants to fight it. It's like it wants to skip one now and then and just move to the next note. But forcing it to do it is, part of why we do so much of this, just trying to work on the precision of the right hand. But let's not do quads for now. Let's just try triples, I think. So, okay. Is the speed going to work? Actually, if everyone's having trouble with doubles, maybe moving to triples is something we can wait on. I tell you what. But yeah, definitely, death metal uses tons of this style of picking and this style of play. If you play a lot of death metal type rhythms, there's tons of doubling, quadding, stuff like that. Right? Hey, Elric, how you doing, man? Oops. I need to adjust that. Glad you could make it. Yeah, you need to be able to see my picking hand. Crap. Oh, boy. Let's see if I can back this up a little bit. Maybe I can move a little bit. Because, yeah, you got to see that. I think my 8-string head here is actually getting in the way. I'm going to have to move this guy. Let me move this fella here. Oh, he's so heavy. No, it's like moving a car. There we go. See if that works. Is that better? Oh yeah, this guy's a big loads of fun. Gotta love this thing, man. I even made some cool patches for it. Been messing around with it. Very cool stuff. Cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's real important that you see my right hand, because that's sort of what we're working on. So sorry about that. Yeah. So the doubles and the singles, start with singles or start with legato when you're warming up. Move to singles, then move to doubles, then move to triples, and then move to quads. Basically, doing all that sort of stuff during your warm-up will really get your hand going and help when you go to play other things. And definitely playing something like death metal or melodic death metal, any of the faster, heavier styles, will have tons of that type of riffing and that type of pick work in them. Even during solos, you'll hear doubles and quads happening in a solo. Like instead of just hearing, you'll hear, right? Like single notes, but it'll be picked multiple times. Even in an ascending scale, it works. Right? Gives it a sort of a staccato-y feel. And if someone's doing like double bass, it matches and sounds kind of neat. So definitely that style is packed with this sort of picking. Tongue shredding. It's good stuff. So our main shape here that we're working on, because we're always trying to do a pinky stretch, it's a great warm-up shape. So add in, as you go, add in this week, add in your doubles and your singles and your quads if you can. Right? Right? The more picking you can do, the better. Because it'll definitely work your hand up, and it'll help for everything else. Okay? Let's see if we can skip to our next bit, though, because we have a lot to cover. So scroll down a little bit. The Guitar Pro 5 file is there if you want to use Guitar Pro 5 or Guitar Pro 6 or Tux. It does sound chorusy at that speed. Actually, I think I've got chorus on in my patch. Hey, Polo. Glad you could make it, man. All the way from France. Bonjour. It's its own light source. Let me give you our lesson note link here, Polo. We are on lesson 100. We're going to scroll down and do lick number 1. There's the Guitar Profile if you want to download that. So take a look at lick number 1. Now, lick number 1, very simple stuff, right? Glad you made it, man. Big party today. 12. I love that. This place is packed. Awesome. So yeah, take a look at that. Now this lick is part of the solo that I'm doing. Here it is. Let me give you a quick audio demo. Here's where that lick actually happens in the solo. And in the video, you'll notice, like if you play the video that's in the lesson notes, it says lick 1, lick 2, lick 3, like little pop-up bubbles to tell you where each lick is, right? Do you see that when you watch the video? Here's lick 1. That's lick 1. Okay, so very simple. Now that's a little brisk, it's a little fast, but we don't have to play it that fast. because it'll work even played slow, right? Let me turn off the solo channel. There's the part. Oh yeah, the mix of doubles and triples, that is going to get a little weird. Listen to that lick though, like watch the video, you can see where it happens. Right, it sounds appropriate when you listen to it. Once you get it sort of in your head, it's not that bad. But yeah, looking at it on paper, it looks really weird. The good news is, when you play it, it almost just feels right to have the doubles where they are instead of having them all be triples. If you try and play it all as triples, it feels weird. So the doubles are in places where it sort of works. And in the song, I'm actually doing a harmony there, which is very fun. When in doubt, use harmonies. But the first lick is very simple. It's just played really fast. So it's just a fast lick, played fast. Take a look at that. See what your hand thinks about it. You don't have to play it that fast, and you don't have to pick it. So I'm picking it, and you can work up to that speed, and that's sort of the goal. I'm hitting you with all these crazy licks so that you can sort of work up to them, because this is kind of a crazy lesson. But like we did in the beginning, we can play this lick as a legato lick. So it doesn't have to be picked. So you don't have to pick really fast. So try it as a pure legato thing. So pick, just like we did in the beginning, pick once per string, right? Uh-oh. Hit refresh. Is video okay for everyone? Check. 1, 2. Oh, see you, Clip Star. Now, that picking is really fast, but again, you don't have to pick that fast. So, instead of picking really fast, try it as a legato thing. Pick once. Right? So I'm playing it twice. We're not going to play it that fast at first, but we'll work up to that speed. So at first, let's just loop it. And tell me if you need me to zoom in. I can just zoom in on my fingers if you need me to. So I'm only picking once. Okay, does that make sense? And that's totally cool. You can use the ring finger. That's totally fine. Whatever feels natural, do that, and then later on, try and do it both ways. Try and do it with the pinky and with the ring finger. But just for the short time that we're together now, however you can pull this stuff off, the better, and then, get better and better at it, improve your technique as you practice during the week. Indoki, how you doing, man? Let me give you our lesson note link. We're playing some crazy stuff today, but everyone is nailing it, so it's no problem. Right. It won't work great for the other position. So for the first position, then it's a bit of a stretch for the next one. Right? But for now, just whatever works is totally cool. Okay? So let's play it. Play it twice per position, okay? And you're only picking once per string. All right? Try and loop this with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, does that feel okay? I want to loop that. So we're just going to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay? So stay loose. Don't let your hands tense up. It's very important. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's speed up. I'm going to start ramping up the speed a little bit. Let me know if we get crazy. Here's 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here goes 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here goes 180. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, how you doing? Your pinky glaring at you? Is it working for everyone? That's pretty good speed already. Let's bump it up. Here goes 200. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem, dude. We'll be here, Dark. All right. How did 200 beats a minute do? Is that still working? Everyone still with me? Hopefully. Because we're getting pretty quick. Starting to get sloppy at that speed. Yeah, let's go one more time. Let's back off. Let's go to 190 and come back up. Here's 190. Okay, stay loose. All right, and you can use your cheat fingers if you want. That's totally cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, cheat fingers. Your cheat fingers. You don't have to use your pinky. You can use first, second, and third if you want. If it's a little easier. Hey, Marfold, how you doing, man? Here's our lesson notes for today. Use your cheeky fingers. Cool. That should be our lesson note link. Let me know if that doesn't work. We're looking at lesson 100. We're on lick number 1. So that worked for everyone. Let's bump up a little bit. Let's go to 195. Okay, let's loop it. Here we go. Use your cheeky fingers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm using my cheeky fingers there too. So back up to 200. Here we go. Get ready. Stay loose. Go cheeky if you want to. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go fingers, go 1, 3, 4. You can do it. You can do it. All right, let your fingers go loose for a minute. Loosen them back up. Don't let your body tense. Okay, make sure you get good position. Tapped out about 190. That's totally cool. Now the lick will still work at that speed. It won't sound exactly like I'm doing it. No, that's totally cool. This lick is built at insane speed to give you something to sort of work up to. So don't beat yourself up about it. I mean, it's almost as fast as I can play it, you know, and I'm the one trying to show it to you in the lick itself, in the lead. So it's something to sort of work towards, but it'll work slower because it's still in key, right? So you can play it at any speed. I'm just trying to give you something to shoot for, that's all. So here's the lick. Let me give you a listen. Right? So we don't have to play it that fast. How will we do it slow, though? That'll work, and that's pretty slow. So that speed works. It doesn't have to be. And I'm not even picking that. Picked would be. Right? So you'll get there. But don't kill yourself because you can't do it the 5 seconds after you learned it. I mean, you just learned this, so it's totally cool. But try it at any speed that works. Slow, fast, doesn't matter. Try it with the backing here and see how it works for you, okay? All right, stay loose, get ready, here we go. And just sort of loop it, play it a little bit. Okay, here we go. And get ready to play. Did that kind of work? Were you able to fit it in and make it sound okay? Hopefully. Did you knock it out of the park, Fireball? No? It went really bad? What happened? It did not work for you, man? Where did it go wrong? Oh, okay. Oh, it's alright. Here we go. Try it. Try the lick. Alright, get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, get ready. Actually, put your hands on your guitar. You're going to need them for this. Here we go. It's all good. All right, how about that time? Is that any better? Not even close. Nope. It's totally cool, guys. Don't beat yourself up about it. But take this lick and play it and see how fast you can get it. Once you can get it up, yeah, here we go. Once you can get it up to speed, it does sound really cool. Now I'm picking it, right, to give it more of a ticka sort of a thing. Right, but you don't have to pick it. You could just do it legato. Right? Either way will work. And it's just a little faster. Why, thank you. It's just a little faster than you guys are doing it already. So this is maybe 250, and you guys are already doing it like 190. So you're real close to be able to do it at this speed, right? Oh yeah, we can use the pinky. Say we use the pinky. Right? So whatever works is fine. I mean, you can use your first three, you can use your pinky. Whatever works for your hand right now is totally cool. So yeah, you might have to work your way up to this lick, which is totally fine. But yeah, I like the way it sounds when picked. It gives it a real more of a staccato-y vibe, kind of a, a little more rhythmic. But you don't have to pick it. You can do it legato. Whoops, sorry. Can you hear the difference in picking and legato? How it sounds different? Hey, Jay Taylor, how you doing, man? Or does it sound different? Cool, that's cool. Let me play it without the backing, picked and non-picked. So, picked. Hear that part? Now legato, it's right, but picking just adds a little bit of sort of crunch into it. Right? Just gives it that sort of a vibe. But yes, that is a crazy picking speed. So playing it legato will work as well. And you'll probably get to where you can play it legato before you can play it picked. Right? Which, that's totally cool. But you guys are really close. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Jay Taylor. Because, yeah, you guys are 190 or so, and this is maybe 250, so you're already really close. But don't worry about the picking if it's messing you up. Just do it as legato lick, and it still sounds cool. What is hogging up my CPU? Because I need it back. You can't have my CPU. You can't have it. Oh, I see. I left all that crap in there. We don't need that. Right, so that was legato using the cheeky fingers, which that's totally cool. I mean, you can play it that way too. Right? Yeah, I haven't got a little too much crap open. It's totally cool, Jay Taylor. Actually, I have totally sort of jumped into crazy for this lesson to give everyone something to, oh no, far from perfect, but handy. I mean, I love my Mac, but yeah, it still screws up every now and then. Kind of like just then. But yeah, this is sort of crazy lesson right here. I've sort of put it way ahead of where most everyone is, just to give everyone something to work up to. I mean, it's called the lesson of burning death, so it had to be a little bit out there. But everyone is really close. You guys are actually really closer than you think to being able to play this stuff. You're like right there. So practice this a little bit. I'd say by the end of the week, you guys will have this speed, enough speed to play this, right there as it is in the actual solo as it's written. Because you're already really close. Burning death. We could do it as a tablet. No, I like it better as a non-tap. Yeah. That is a lot of fast picking, but I swear it's not that tough. Once you get used to it, it's not that bad at all. And you guys are real close already. So try it legato and then move into doing it picked, and you could probably pull it off. Give it a shot. Play it one more time. Try it just legato like this. Okay, so don't worry about picking it. All right. Give it one more shot. Okay, get ready. Place. And get ready to shred. Did that work? Was that closer? Sweet! Awesome. Sweet! Cool. You rock! See, when we've been doing this for maybe 5 minutes and you guys are already, getting it. That's awesome. I mean, you just learned this. I just showed this to you. So that's killer. Congratulations. Nicely done. Sorry about that, man. Cool. Awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, a little more practice on this, and you guys will be playing it probably faster than it is on here. Uh-oh, Fireball, am I coming through too hot, man? I can back off. Is it too loud, dude? But that's awesome that you guys are playing this. I mean, just having just seen it. So, yeah, add this in and see if you can add the picking in. Slowly build the picking up just with the metronome like we're doing. Just... And eventually, you'll get a lot more speed on it. Right? And you'll be playing it like that. And you'll be like, gosh, I can't believe I can rip that like that. I'm awesome. And you'll be right, because you are awesome. Actually, I've probably got too much bass on it. Like, I can cut the bass down a bit here. Bass down, bass down. There, is that a little better? Yeah, the MK2s are great speakers, man. I've got a pair of unpowered MK2s, and I really like them. They're awesome. Well, better monitors never hurt. I've got a pair of the Alesis MK2s, and I think they're great. And so I said, Fireball, get some Alesis MK2s. And he did, and they sound really cool. His are powered. Mine are passive. His have an amp built in, which is really handy. Hey, Guitar John, how you doing, man? Let me give you our lesson note link. You're awesome. I'll make it like a little button. Every time you hit it, it goes, you're awesome. It's like it's tied to a metronome. So every time you get to a certain point and like it detects and it goes, ding, you're awesome. Give your lesson note link here. Frontline, it's such a massive difference that I can't even tell you in words how big a difference it is. Stock computer speakers are just crap. Stock headphones are kind of crap too. Fireball, tell them all about it. That's our listen note link for today. The guys are ripping it up, and they just nailed this handy lick. Nicely done, guys. Let's move on to our combo lick. It's got it's got doubles and triples in it, because you guys can handle it. But yeah, it's a huge difference, man. I've got a pair of KRK Rocket 6s, which are really cool. They got the little yellow cones in them. And I've got a pair of Alesis MK2s. So yeah, definitely worth having. Yeah, they're $300 a pair, I think. 400 if you get them powered, somewhere around there, 300-400 bucks. You can get decent studio monitors for around $300 a pair. The KRKs are around that, like 150 each. The KRKs have amps in them; they're powered, and my MK2s are not, so they have to have a separate amp. But yeah, it makes a huge difference, man. You won't believe how much better your mixes will sound. Got kids to feed. Well, the good news is, I mean, you can use just regular like hi-fi speakers that come with a nice stereo. I mean, in a pinch, as long as they're sort of full range, they'll do the same sort of thing. They won't be as accurate, but it doesn't really matter as long as you can hear what's going on in the mix. But like computer speakers, typically are not that great. They're usually kind of small and not good for mixing. Yeah, Tenno makes really good stuff. There you go, Wharfdale's, sure. Because you really want to hear, just what's happening in your mix. And I added a subwoofer. A subwoofer is just a big box with a big driver in it, like a 12 or a 15-inch driver. And all it does is go boom, 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 right? Takes care of the low end. Because my Alesis MK2s, they cut off these are called near field monitors, and they cut off right around, 120 hertz, which is sort of like mid bass. Below that, you can't hear what's going on. So I added a sub in, and then all of a sudden I realized what's happening in the lower parts of my mix. Now you can put a nice pair of headphones on, and you can hear what's happening in your mix if you got like nice headphones that your monitors may not even tell you. So a nice pair of headphones is a good reference. Like you're mixing, you put on your headphones, it's like really bassy, it's like crazy bassy. It's because sometimes your monitors aren't showing you what's going on, all of it, and you might need to trim back the bass a little bit because you never really are aware of what's in your mix until you can hear it. A bearded dragon. Let's see if we can move on to our next bit. Okay, scroll down a little bit. Triple double death. The next lick blends our fave double and triple styles of picking in the same lick. Some notes are triple picked, 3 strokes. Some notes are double picked, 2 notes, right? Yeah, that's definitely what Fireball's talking about. The MK2s are ported, which means they have a hole in them, and the bass comes out through that hole. And in a small room, if you're in a small, tiny room, so much bass can come out of that it's like. So one trick is to basically muffle the speaker, stick something in the hole. So yeah. Welcome, Space Brand. How you doing? Is that like Space Brain, but healthier? Like a whole wheat Space Brain? I like it. It was in the manual. Nicely done, man. Cool. Here's our lesson note link. But yeah, that is a trick that a lot of people use, actually, is to basically muffle the port. So you read the manual. Nicely done. There's our link. So take a peek at Triple Double Death. It's lick number 2. Here it goes. Yeah, you want to keep your monitors fairly far apart because you'll get no stereo field otherwise. It'll sound like mono. Okay, so I'm harmonizing that with another lead, but we're just going to play it straight. Unless I whip out my harmony patch. It's not gonna work. Fireball, I wanted to ask you about that, man. What are you using as your audio interface? Are you going just using the laptop? Okay, Pod GX. Now, coming out of the Pod GX, what are the outputs? Does it have XLR outputs for your monitors? The output on the Pod is 1/8 inch. It doesn't have XLR outs on the Pod. Only a headphone jack. Okay. That'll work. When you normally when you get an interface, if you get one that has XLR outputs, basically XLR is the big cable, the microphone cable with the 3 pins. Typically, you'll connect your speakers with XLRs. Like Pro speakers will have XLR inputs. All that means is it's balanced, which means that basically it's less likely to make a lot of hum. That's the only real point in that. But, I mean, basically just getting to the bigger monitors is much better than not doing it. So, I mean, 1/8 inch to XLR is totally fine, right? Because you can at least hear. So, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, the HD one has XLR ins and outs, I think. Once you move up a little bit, just the more expensive you get of an interface, the more XLR jacks it'll have on it, ins and outs, because it's a balanced connection, less likely to hum and stuff. But for short cable runs, it really doesn't matter. As long as it's a pretty short run, it's fine. So yeah, let's take a peek. Lick number 2, okay? Okay. Now, of course, it sounds even handier when I'm harmonizing it. Welcome back. In the actual track, I'm doing singles the first time and then the double triples the second. But let's just try and play the lick to begin with. But we really want to try it with the double triples. So look at the tablature there. It's not a complicated lick, right? Right? The fingering isn't hard. The only hard part about this is the picking, really. So it's not incredibly fast, you know, it's not a shreddy lick, just something to make you work your picking. So try it with the double triple and see if that works. Wow. We are sucking through time. We got to get moving. We're never going to make it to the crazy shred lick at the end. We got to move. All right, take a peek at that lick. Tell me when you think you have it, because I want to try it with a metronome here. And not at 200 miles an hour. Let's go back to 120. Okay. You know it. That'll work. You know he should. An extra 2 hours. For lesson 100, it should be an all-day, a 12-hour jam. I like it. Oh yeah, an hour behind. So 120, not too fast. Sounds kind of like this. Okay, which is about the speed it is in the song. So it's totally cool. No one else chats. Dude, there's a chat every day. Actually, all the profs, all the instructors chat now, don't they? I think. Because, I mean, for a while there, I was the one doing it a lot. And they'd be like, yeah, you're right, totally. I'm the only guy on Saturdays. You know what? We should have a double jam. 4 hours of metal meltdown. I like it. Yeah, we'll take Ivan's time. He won't care. He's not there. So we'll steal it. Let's give this a shot. You guys ready for this? You're going to give this a shot? So 120. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we try that again. That work for everyone? Kind of just jumped in. Let's try it one more time. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The last note, I'm just ringing. I'm hitting it once. No problem, Frontline. We'll see you next time. Yes, let's slow this down a little bit. Let's go to 100. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that a little better? Cool. Let's bump it. Let's go up to 110. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still good, hopefully. Do you feel where the doubles fit in there? If you tried to play triples where we're doing the doubles, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't sound right. So the doubles sort of work, and it's almost instinctive where they go. So hopefully you guys can feel that. Let's go up to 120. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Latency. Latency will kill you. See if you can take the buffer speed down a little further if you can. Now, because you're... hey, Amir, how you doing, man? I'll give you a lesson note link. Because we're in a practice thing, you don't have to run through your GX for this stuff. It might be easier just to run into your amp so that there's less latency happening, or is that what you're doing already? Are you running into your amp, or are you running into your GX? Let me give you our lesson note link here. Hey Zach, how you doing? Let me give everyone our lesson note link. Well, just for chats, yeah, try the amp just because there's less lag on it, you know. Because you're not recording right now, probably, so probably fine. Just use the amp. That's our lesson note link, or hopefully it is. Yeah, Pod Farm's great. But if your interface is having some latency issues, it would still be there with the Pod Farm, so it might not help. But yeah, just for chats, just try the amp. That way there's no latency. So did that work at that speed, guys? Let's do it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 1. Oop. Sorry. I'm counting too fast. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now is to play the lick with the tune, all right? So the first lick that's happening is the one we just did. And here we go. Okay. Try that. Yeah, now you know when you're actually picking because there's no latency. So try that. I'm going to leave the harmony lick on so you'll know when to play that particular lick. It worked. You did it. Cool. Nice. Look at them all go. That was even the test, and they all nailed it on the run-through. Nice. You're awesome. Cool. The picking worked, the whole thing. Coolness. Are you palm muting it? Make sure to palm mute this if you can, because it gives it more of a kind of a staccato-y feel. Sweet. Awesome. Nice. Give it one more shot. Here you go. If you missed it, give it one. If you already did it, give it one more. And here we go. Did you nail the crap out of it that time? Even better than the first time? Sweet. Must defeat it. It'll just take a little practice. But yeah, that's a really cool lick to pull off. And that picking, where we're doing triples and doubles and triples and doubles, you can use that anywhere, right? Well done, Blister. Welcome guest, all the way from New Jersey. Every now and then we must lick our guitar. Let me give you our lesson note link here. We are on guitar lick number 2, and the guys just nailed it because they rock. So yeah, that, imagine now using that in a solo in different keys, different scales, that same picking approach where you're doing triples, doubles. I'm just going to pick a scale, say A minor, and just sort of move down here, just for giggles, just to give you an example. I did that same picking style, but I just did it in A minor and did it all the way down, right? So once you have that in your head, the triples and doubles thing, right, you can do it on anything. And that's sort of what I'm trying to get you to sort of get your head around, is that you could do that type of picking on anything, right? We're just learning it on this one lick. Yes, the backing is there. On that link, pop it open. You can download the backing track. And you can see a video that says lick 1, lick 2, lick 3 to break it down for you. Landing on 3rd string. Yes, the wild vibrato. Totally. That might be where I'm landing for the harmony. Yeah, I think that's the harmony one, so yes, well played. I recorded that just using two different guitars because I thought, you know what this needs is a harmony. And it did, and it totally worked. So well played, everyone's nailing all the licks. Awesomeness. Let's move on to the Paul Gilbert lick of death. Okay, so 100 lick 3. This is one we worked on last time. So if you were here last time, you should already know this lick. This is the one that we put together from all those little Paul Gilbert licks, right? Right. So here's how it sounds. Two. Here it comes. Okay. Yes, vibratoing. That's officially a word. It is here. Big vibrato. It's awesome. Wide vibratoing. I'm a big fan. Totally. So the look at the tab there. Hopefully it'll carry over from last week. Remember that? It is kind of fast. But again, it doesn't have to be played that fast in order to work. You know? Give it time. You'll still break one. It is kind of fast. But it'll work at half speed. So you can play it at half speed and then work your way up. Instead of... do it half speed, so... right? It still should work. Let me turn off the solo. So it'll still work, sort of half speed. But yeah, if you can do it at full speed, but that's the crazy bit, then it sounds really cool. But I tell you what, let's try that lick with our metronome. Does anyone remember it from last time? So we got lick 1, that's lick 2. Here comes 3. Okay, so let's try lick 3 with our metronome. And not at 1,000,000 miles an hour. 120 maybe? So quick demo. Okay, so keeping it simple. Okay, try that with me here. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's basically it. Now we're playing it much slower than it is in the song, but the basic shape is the same. You see what I'm saying? I'm just ending on the... right? Now in the song, we are doing it kind of fast. So instead of... It's which is pretty brisk, but you can work up to that speed with, I don't know, maybe a few days of practice. You can be nailing that, right? Let's try it slow though for now. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that will work with the song even half speed. So use the reference, use the solo as a reference so that you'll hear lick 1. You can know lick 1, try and play lick 1. You know lick 2, try and play lick 2. And you should know lick 3. So it's totally okay if you don't play it as fast, but try and play the licks just as best you can with the backing. Okay? Give this a shot. So all first 3 licks. Here we go. Get ready. Stay loose. Don't let your hands freak out. Okay, here we go. Is that enough lead time? Do you need more lead in on that? Because I'm just sort of starting it. There we go. It still worked? Cool. Let me give you a little more lead in time just so you know where it's going to start. So it's going to bust in, and here it comes. Get ready? So it's right there. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, Amir. So give it one more shot, guys. You ready? Here we go. Stuck at lick 1. Lick 2 is perfect. Perfecting lick 3, good deal. Now remember, lick 1, you don't have to do it, 100 miles an hour yet. Just whatever works right now is totally cool. But within a couple of days, you'll probably have it at speed. And you can use legato if picking it is not working, because you can get more speed that way. Right? Try it one more time. Here we go. You ready? And all right, how about now? Did that work? Was that a little better? Because that's literally, that's all 3 licks back to back. Cool. So what we're doing there is basically chaining together a bunch of, semi-crazy licks into one big solo. Okay, here we go. So one more time, get ready. Stay loose. Here it comes. And all right, what do you think? Because I got to say, that's a lot of picking. Nice! Well done! Awesome. It's very cool. That's a lot of work in there. That is a lot of stuff happening. So, yeah. Cool! Well done, Indoki. It's no problem. I mean, this is a lot to play, No way! Wow, it is a small world, Amir. You actually know Lorianne House? Huh, that's awesomely cool. For those of you that don't know, you guys know who she is? She's this awesome singer. She's in a band called Toadsbonden, I think that's how you pronounce it. And she sang on the soundtracks to some really cool video game soundtracks, and she's just got an awesome voice. And she's married to a really cool guitar player. So yeah, and they're in a band together. and she's incredibly cool. I actually found her on what was it, Pandora or something, and liked their stuff and looked her up, and she's on Facebook, and so I just sort of friended her and was like, "Hey, you're great," and she wrote me back, which is really cool of her. But yeah, I don't know her personally, but I would like to because she seems awesome. Yeah, totally. I've been commenting on her Facebook, and their music is great, and she's got an amazing voice. I would so love to. Yes, Autumn. She's in Autumn Tears too. Yes, small world and getting smaller by the minute, isn't it? How do you know about Autumn Tears, Nihilist? Do you know her too? You know them. Awesome. How cool is that, man? Yeah, man. The metal community is a small place, and you're just one or two people away from knowing somebody. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. Ah, wow. Yeah, she's killer. Well, Amir, if you happen to run into her or talk to her, do tell her that I think she's just wonderful. Because yeah, their music is really cool. So cool. That's just awesome. I love how tight the community is. That's awesome. Yeah, tell her that we all love her to death and that we think she rocks. And I think they have a new album coming out, so I can't wait to hear it. How cool would that be, right? Be playing and sort of do a big guitar thing and maybe have her band, play with. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I hope I get to see them when if they tour around. I want to see them next time they play around. Hopefully they'll come through. That's awesome, dude. I gotta say, very cool stuff. Small world getting smaller. Thanks for that, Amir. Always brightens my day. You guys have totally nailed lick 1, 2, and 3. Let's see if we can jump on to lick 4. Here is the tapping death lick. Okay. Now, we've done this type of lick before. Wow. So you actually personally know one of the dudes from Autumn Tears. How small of a world is that? The guy's in the same chat. Huh, that's awesome. Hey, Ramekin, how you doing, man? Let me give you our lesson note link. We were talking about the wonderful Lori Ann House and how she's in a couple of bands that people in the chat seem to know. Actually, personally know them, so that's really cool. Oh, it's all good, man. I'm glad that you did log in, so we can see it's you. Take a peek at Lick 4. So this is something we've all done, right? So hammer on. Okay. Now I also do some double tapping in the solo. Now it's a bit fast, but we can work up to that. At first, just play the basic notes. Welcome, Metal Buddha. How you doing, man? Let me give you our lesson note link for today. You're on lesson 100 and ripping it up. And the guys are totally killing it. I don't suppose you know about Lori Ann House, do you? Somehow everyone in chat seems to know her, which is very cool. She's a killer vocalist. If you haven't heard of her, check her out, because she's awesome. So take a look at number 4. Nice! Look at him go! He's already there. So the tapping lick, mostly it's about your right hand moving. Not a ton happening on the left. Now you can dance around on the right hand and just move it around as long as it stays in key, and the scale would be right. So you can bounce around inside of there. Quick demo. Right? And you're still in key. But let's not go there yet. At first, let's just play what we've got here. Nihilist, you rock! Let's play it with a metronome. So 120. Okay. Quick demo. Nihilist, you have to double tap. Double tap! All you have to do is tap twice with your first finger. You ready? And do it slow. Okay? That's all double tapping is. Just 2 taps instead of 1. Now it sounds complicated when you speed it up, but it's just the same thing, just sped up. So all I'm doing if you speed that up, it sounds like it's a ton faster and there's a lot of crazy notes happening, but it's the same thing. Right? Sounds like it's just a billion notes. It's the same notes. Look at him go. He's already got it. See, told you. You nailed it because you're awesome. So if you want to do double taps, guys. But single taps will work too. Yes, totally. The Satriani trick, all you do, guys, take your pick, and this is an awesome trick. Take your pick and take the flat of your pick like this. Just take the flat of your pick and literally take your pick like this, and where it's thin, take the thin part and use the thin part to tap with. So I'm taking the thin part here and just doing this, and it makes double tapping a lot easier. All I'm doing is just tapping it up and down like that. Right? Just sort of really quick. And it's a really cool trick. And it's actually a lot easier on your fingers because you're not really using your fingers, you're using your pick. And Joe Satriani does it to great effect, right? Right? Now that will make your arm tense up a little bit. But basically I'm just bouncing. Like I'm only going to move the right hand. I'm not going to move the left hand. Right? So all I'm doing is really quick, just bouncing with this, going, just hitting it, bounce, 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 bounce. Now if I do that slow, all I'm doing is doing that really fast. Right? So it's a really simple technique. Once you get used to it, it's basically like a twitch. It's almost like your arm goes into this sort of a twitch mode where it's just going really fast. And it's only moving this much. Well, it's real simple. It's only your finger's only moving like a millimeter, right? Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down in a real small motion because it didn't have to go far. But yeah, a little practice on that and you will totally have it. At first, it'll probably sound like this, which is totally fine. And speed it up a little bit as you go, like that. Now bounce that up and down just a lot faster. Keep going. All right, and it sounds real neat, you know. And it sounds like you're doing a lot, and you're not doing anything. You're just going bounce, 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 bounce. You know, so it's a real cool technique. Thank you for bringing that up. Very spiff way. Now, if you want to use that instead of double tapping with your finger, that works. Yeah, it's a cool technique, isn't it, man? It's not that hard to do once you sort of get it going. And you can use it instead of your double tap. Don't go into convulsions. If you feel your body starting to convulse, stop playing guitar, okay? Yeah, back off a little bit. It shouldn't be like a convulsion. Ideally, it should only be like from the wrist down. So you're just hitting it like that. Okay? But you can do that instead of your double tap. Let's play our hammering bit. Let's play it with a metronome. Yeah, it's worth getting down, definitely. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it's a very handy technique. He's fading! He's fading! Okay, so just like that. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, did that work? Stay with us, Brandon, please. Spark. Cool. All right. So if you can double tap that, try and double it. Here we go. And still play it slowly. So. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's doubles. Let's speed up a little bit, but only go do singles. Let's go to 150. Go back to singles. Quick demo. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that working? No, you don't have to tap too hard. I'm using my first finger, but you could use your pick, just like we did a minute ago, and just single tap with your pick instead of using your finger. You can use your middle finger if you want, so you don't have to change pick holdings, like pick holdings. You don't have to change your holding position. Yeah, middle finger works. See, it's middle. Whatever works for your hand will totally work. But I'm not tapping that hard, just so that you make the strike noise. Like, that's pretty light tapping. Gotcha. Let's speed up a bit. Let's go to 180. Okay, here we go. 180. Singles still. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in the solo, there it goes. I'm starting out with right, so pretty simple, just playing each thing. What was that, 4 times? So let's just do it 4 times each and try and do it at speed, which would just be. Okay. Let's speed up. What is it, 240? Am I doing that? That's too quick. Yeah, if we double tap this, but that's probably a little extreme. I tell you what, just try it like we were doing it, and play it with the solo as a reference, okay? So try and add the 4th one in. So try and do lick 1, lick 2, lick 3, and lick 4, okay? All right, you can do it. Get ready, stay loose, all 4 licks, all right? Here we go. All right, here we go. What do you think? If you hit most of that, you're doing real good. Heck, if you hit half of it, you're doing pretty good. Nice. Well done. Cool. Well, as long as you hit a chunk of it, you're on the way. I mean, that's 4, decently complicated licks that we've just thrown into one thing. So it's a lot of stuff, Yes, this is something I want you guys to practice on this week, is chaining every one of these together. That way, you're combining all the stuff we've been working on, right? Because all this is stuff we've done, You're just putting it all together, and that's the whole point of Lesson 100, is to stuff all of it into one crazy thing, right? And you guys have hit most of it, so you friggin' rock! See, look at you go, right? I told you guys to be ripping this up by the end of chat, and boom! everyone's, mostly doing it already, and we just now learned this stuff. And when you first hear it, it's like, yeah, no, let's forget it, man, come on. But yeah, everyone's totally ripping it up, which is awesome. Now, this last lick, I don't think we're going to have time for it, but we'll make this homework. This last lick, the scale inversion of death, I do a scale inversion. Remember, we've done scale inversions, but I do this one triple picked. So it's really friggin' hard, right? So it's our normal scale inversion. But it's triple picked. Right? So it's kind of nuts. But we're probably not going to have time for that today. But that's totally okay. Make that homework, you know? Skip, yeah, that one we don't need a triple pick file for. No, wait, on second thought, yeah, go ahead, make a triple pick file for it. That'll be fun. I say sure, why not? Because it's written just as singles, but yeah, do a triple for it. That'll be fun, man. That'll be cool. And that way people can just hit play on their Guitar Pro thing. That'll be awesome. Very cool stuff. Yeah, do double picks for everything else. Nihilus is making great double pick and triple pick files for all these so that you guys can, just hit play and hear and see it right there, which is very cool, man. Yes, do the double tapping in there as well. Very cool. But somehow, man, I have run us completely out of time. But I gotta say, you guys totally rock today. I could not have asked for a better lesson 100. Everyone totally kicked butt. I mean, I was really reaching on this one. I gotta say, it's a bunch of crazy stuff, and you guys nailed almost everything. So that was awesome. Yeah, I can't believe that was 2 hours already, man. It's like time warp. It's like, what? Dude, you guys were awesome, though, I gotta say. No, man, it totally blew through it, like, just bonk. I was like, I looked up, I was like, crap, we're out of time. We didn't even get to our last lick. But it's kind of crazy, so it's probably for the best. Yeah, ice your hands down, put some ice on, do some stretches, because we went completely crazy today and lost our minds and shredded our brains out, so you're going to need to drink plenty of water, do a cool down, like give yourself a little sort of forearm massage, and put some frozen peas or some ice on your forearm, because tomorrow your hands and your arms are going to probably hurt, so don't injure yourself trying to play through the pain. But everyone totally kicked butt today, so I got to give you guys a huge horns high for completely kicking butt, because this was not easy. This was some crazy stuff, and everyone nailed it. If you guys can, I'd love to see how you're doing on this. If you could record a video, a YouTube video, or heck, anything, just to let me see how you're doing. I'd love to see how you're doing on this, because it's amazing that you guys are doing this, honestly. 2 a.m., wow. Well, thanks for coming, Amatai. We'll see you next time, man. Yeah, beer might not be the best one for this particular lesson. Maybe next time for the beer. Christian usually has a beer or two, but this is a little crazy for that. But you guys nailed it. So awesomely done. Even the crazy Joe Satriani thing. So yeah, awesome. Before I do go, though, I want to seriously thank all of you guys for coming to Lesson 100 and to coming to all the other lessons. I mean, you guys are what make this fun to do. If it wasn't for you guys, this would not be any fun. And every week there's a room full of people, and we shred our brains out, and it's completely awesome. So seriously, thank you guys for coming out this time and really every time, because that's what makes it fun. Is you guys. You all freaking rock. Totally. But yeah, record this. I'd love to see how you guys are doing on this. So any way you can, record this and get this to me, because you guys are all making huge progress. So congratulations on that. I'll see you guys next week for lesson 101. Until then, practice your brains out, guys. And have a good week. I'll see you guys next week.